Marry me, everyone. So this is going to be the summer 2016 love reading for the fire signs. That's Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. You can listen for your sun, moon, ascendant, rising, sun, or all of the above. Whatever you want to do is all I can suggest. Just take your pick. So I also did a general reading for the 2016 summer period focused on love, and I do suggest that people read that. There's some Kuan cards in there that are interesting messages, and it is a general overview that is going to play into your personal reading, so it's going to apply to you and everyone. It's the energy. Well, that was rude. And we also have a Gaia Oracle card. Sorry. It'll end eventually. Somebody driving by, I think. We finished? I'm sorry. So, it's kind of ironic and funny, though, because Mars just went direct, and I've been feeling that energy, like, whoa, in my life. And Mars is a planet that not entirely, but largely deals with war and anger, and it's got its light side too. But war and anger and that noise, it just was like the fiery aspect of Mars. So very interesting for you fire signs. That would pop up in your reading. Hopefully, just in the beginning there, and not through the whole thing. Okay, so what do we have left? The Gaia card, the Gaia Oracle card that was drawn as the overlying energy in relation to love for everyone this summer is peace, the dissolving of unwanted or disturbing thoughts. So we're going to look at how that goes into your reading. And once I get this deck shuffled, we have the Navigator's Tarot of the Mystic Sea that I'm using, the Ocean Zen deck, and the Mermaid's deck. So let's see what we got. We must okay. This one. Okay. I'm going to draw two. I'm going to draw. Let's see. There we go. Maybe I'm not going to draw anything now. Popping out. I was going to pull an extra mermaid card because that is generally, like almost always, the way I do it. If a card falls out or flips out, I think it's supposed to be in addition to this part I was going to do. So the other ones have received 3 cards from each deck, aside from one that fell out. So here we go. We're going to do it this way with 4 mermaid cards. And 1, 2, 3. All royalty there. And 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Alright, cool. Fiery energy there. Where to start? This card, Wave of Power reversed, somebody else got this as well. One of the other elements got this as well. So this is fresh in my mind. And this has to do with something that you've been waiting for to happen for a long time. It's now approaching you, like the energy is approaching you so that you can get on that wave and ride that wave now. But you're apt to be apprehensive, fearful, making excuses, not even see what's happening potentially. But you're encouraged to get on the wave. So we're gonna, hopefully that'll make some more sense when I use the other cards. We have evolution, decomposition, and conviction here. These are all royal cards. We have Knight of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and Knight of Cups. And the first thing that came into my mind with this, looking at, that's interesting too, looking at just the words, was sometimes evolution involves a decomposting. And so you might want to look at your convictions. Okay, so I want to also, that was a little promiscuous, sorry. Let's see. I am going to look at the booklets for some of this. We have the energy of air. This is communication, but this is much more than that. It says breathing deep, entering into life, exchanging of life-bringing energies. So I know what some of you are thinking, and yes, I think that as well. For some of you though, I think this may be about tuning into yourself more, meditating, connecting with, getting more air in your lungs. Okay, so more exercise maybe, or breath work for some of you. Meditation again. I'll probably look in the book with that, because that's a very powerful card. It feels very powerful in this reading. We have the return of Aphrodite, temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. And we have the present, gift, treasure, revelation of your own value and nowness. Yeah. All right, we've got at least 4 cards on the table so far, and that is very big. That's a very like, pay attention to me message, that to me are directly speaking to you finding more quiet time in your mind, okay, and getting out of the mental body a little bit. Directly referring to meditation. For some of you, meditative activities, but largely it's about silence in that head, taking time in silence. If you're one of those people who's constantly got something going on, you're never alone and in the quiet and connecting with source in that way, either opportunity is coming for that, recommendation for that, or like you're going to be pushed for that. But yeah, a lot of cards, a lot of message about mindfulness, being in the present moment, not having your mind going into the future, not having your mind going into the past too much. A lot of our communication, our thinking, involves pulling things from the past, from the future, and pulling them, mixing them with the present, right? And sometimes that's really beneficial. We make plans and stuff that help us sometimes. We look into the past to reflect on things and to help us grow. Remember phone numbers, you know. But being mindful and present is really important too, and it's something that some people, you get in the, like, never do. They're constantly in their head. Sometimes we have times where our head gets really busy and we're constant in the past and the future. And you may not even realize this is a pattern that's been going on for a long time for you. But like, I'm trying to think of how to... Sometimes, okay, so like trying to figure out the present moment by going into the past and saying this happened in the past, and or this person did this in the past, they're gonna do it again to me, or like, well, this is what happened in my past relationship, this is what happened to me in the past, therefore I'm doing this in the present for the future. It's very much like, let it go, your wheels are spinning too much, you're getting mixed messages, the wrong messages, you are too much in your mental body, and you're not actually like present, having it grounded, and connected to source, and potentially connecting to your partner in an authentic way as well, because of that. So the present, gift, treasure, revelation of own value and nowness. It's very much about finding the blessings in the present rather than being okay. So some of the pitfalls with that can be like, yes, now is pretty pleasant, it's all right, but how do I make the future better? And I'm working really hard to make the future better, and then not allowing time to really just be in the moment, be present, and appreciate the now, what's here now. Always thinking about like, I want more, I want this, how can I make things better? I don't want this, I don't want what happened in the past, or I do want what happened in the past, I want that to come back. Like, stop it. Just stop it. Be in the moment for a while, be present, be able to actually, it's kind of like come down to earth, come out of those other realms, come and see what's there, because it's like you've been missing stuff, because your mind has been in etheric places rather than here in the now, in the present. Okay, so this card as well, it's just so, I very rarely get spreads where there's that many cards just screaming that at me, like meditate. Yeah, sometimes we get like 2 or 3 of them, but here we go again. Okay, source. This card is about connecting to your source, connecting to the core within you, the authenticity, the core, the source of energy. Okay, where's your energy come from? Right? Source, power. It can directly relate to your solar plexus, so you may want to look into solar plexus issues and see if you and or your partner are going through some struggles directly related to the solar plexus, and maybe look into some healing techniques or opening techniques for the solar plexus or Manipura chakra, and that may be beneficial to you. But this card is about you and the divine, you and creation, you and the spark of life. What motivates you? Where does your drive and motivation come from? Where do you find the will to do something? Where do you find peace? Where do you go when you're silent? We go in, we go to source. Where do you go when you're sleeping? Right? Source is creation, energy. It's very potent creation energy, and I also see like being in the present will allow you, and I do think you're being asked to do this. We have a line here with the wave of power, get on board, you've been waiting for this for a long time. And we have the air, breathing deeply, meditation again. Entering into life, so again, out of the future, out of the past, just being in the now, what's going on, potentially finding acceptance, but this card, we're practicing. This card also says exchange of life-bringing energies, right? And in order to do that, without depleting yourself, you have to have an open channel from source energy. So we have that, and we have the return of Aphrodite, right? So treating as sacred. I really see like being more in the present moment. Life itself is going to seem more sacred to you. There's the potential for that. So within your relationship, guidance may be needed from outside of relationships for some people. That situation may be going on. Some people may be looking into counseling or other modes of healing, whether it's meditation retreat or counseling, or what else could it be? Something. Let's leave it at that. But we have here an energy of the goddess. It's a divine feminine energy. It says birth of the goddess, so it may be a beginning or a beginning of a new chapter in your life or your relationship. relationship, the life of your relationship, where there's more listening to intuition, inner voice. Once you've done some practicing and learned how to find it better and more immediately, you're connecting to source, to allowing for time to be silent, for being more present, more mindful in the moment. Breath work again. I know I'm being a little bit repetitive, but let's see. The energies are not all over the place with this so far. They're very powerful and direct. Sometimes I get readings and it's like there's this energy and this energy and this energy, and you very much get like this big energy of mindfulness, of connecting to source and spirit, finding your own inner power, potentially, within the relationship, finding the power of the relationship, and treating things as sacred. So, giving the respect that's due to the present moment, to your partner, to yourself and your own health and well-being, to your connection with the divine and the source. So treating things more sacred through that, getting more in touch with the goddess energy, which is the receptive energy, the nurturing energy. Guidance may be needed for some people in one form or another. And that can be your own inner guidance. It can be your own inner guidance. That can be what it's talking about through meditation, connection to source, spiritual guidance. It could be tarot reading. Maybe you want a personal reading. It could be, like I said, any number of things. Just if you're alert, you'll probably be able to get a hunch or get a knowing of what that is and where to get the guidance from. Alright, so we have royalty. I'm sure that means something, all being royal, but I do want to take a peek at this booklet. Okay, I'm going to read the Knight of Pentacles. The other thing I saw, this is interesting the way it looks all together. Before I do that, I'm going to show you, or try to show you. We have, look to you this way. We have men on horses, okay, in both directions. And then in the middle, surrounded, we have a bird and a person that is like in the middle, trying to climb. There's like two mountains, and the person is climbing in between them. So that is really interesting energy. I'm not sure what to make of that, but let's see, it's this way. Okay. You have, okay, I don't know why, but this is what I'm seeing here also. You have like an energy of the future rushing into your present, and you have an energy of the past moving away from your present. So that's good. But it does look like with all three of these cards, there is an aspect of getting over something. Yeah, we've got two horses. One horse is having to leap across something. One is having to step over some spilled water or through it. And that can be emotions, working through emotions. And then the other card, the person is moving from one mountain to the other mountain. So, on to the reading from the booklet. The Knight of Pentacles, Evolution. The Knight is slow-moving, yet a strong, practical, capable manager. He is conventional, steadfast, and persevering worker. The card also indicates growth to a higher state from a lower, simpler, or worse situation by working things out on a pragmatic level. Alright, and then we have the Page of Swords. I'm just going to read all of them. What the heck? A person who is lively and graceful, yet also cunning and vengeful. This person will abandon the stability of home in favor of the path through fire to illumination. There is an attitude of uncertainty and the possibility of a return to past ways. Regain the soul's desire by completing the psychological tasks set by one's own destiny. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Sensitive and romantic, this knight is easy to get along with and outwardly appears calm. Yet inwardly, he may be a ruthless swindler who spends time idling in secret pursuits. We are often too hasty in judging others and must realize that everyone sees the world in a different light. Thus, we must give others the space to voice their convictions and encourage their points of view. Okay, pretty interesting stuff there. Getting kind of into it. I want to check in on this Aphrodite card before I do. Where is my bucket? Where are you? Can I please look? Maybe I can't. Maybe it's not meant to be. We do have. Alright, so what we have here is peace, dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. You seem to have some of that. You were definitely being asked to take proactive action in doing that, I would say, with all of these cards. And it looks like, I don't know if it's going to be easier for you than some of the other signs or not, but loud message of that. I've already been over that with the meditation, all of these cards, the inner voice card, the source card, silence card, we've got air card, the present card, definitely proactive action in cleansing the mental body. So we've got that energy, and then we've got the energy of exchange, I'm going to say, with your partner, if you have a partner, right? And maybe with yourself if you don't, but exchange. So communication, exchange of life-bringing energy. Now if you're both doing this meditation thing, that should make for some powerful life effort, like chi, life energy. It can be getting more romantic for some of you, you know, getting that first kiss in, that kind of thing. There is that little thinking unwanted disturbing thoughts. There was that little bit of energy there right in the middle of like somebody leaving home for the path fire illumination. Centering can be helpful. I'm getting that message. Centering. It's a very interesting reading. I'm kind of tempted to draw another card. I'm kind of tempted to read out of the booklet, and I don't see the booklet because it doesn't quite feel like there's closure with it, though. It feels like there's something else that I'm just not there yet. Let's see what the Return of Aphrodite has to say for us. Okay. She has come back to us, piercing us all with her sweetness and beauty. Aphrodite. Card 13. Aphrodite's story is fascinating, and when you receive this card, you are part of an enchanting tale that is being told in your life. You may have always doubted your ability to attract, yet when this card comes to you, it is as if the graces, Aphrodite's handmaidens, are coming to greet you as you are rebirthed from the womb of the sea, and they adorn you with jewels and kisses, lavish you with pampering, and you will, at last, begin to believe in the power of your own gracefulness, your own sacred powers, your own allure and magnetic appeal. Aphrodite is seaborn, as were you, of the womb of your mother, and when she comes to you, you are being reminded that it is possible to be sexual without being in partnership or formal marriage. She is returning to you to remind you of the beauty and grace of laughter, of delight, of seeing all that is before you as wondrous and perfect in its own right, delighting as she did in the variety of beings on the planet, encouraging all to procreate, make love, sing, and revel in life. She is a sign of a return to sexual health, to healthy and glorious self-love and self-esteem, of a wish to be free for a time from marriage or conventional relationships, a time to explore, to delight, to be sensual, and to be free, with no fear of retribution. Okay. That brings a little more closure to it for me, but just because. Mm-hmm. There is, okay, you have Seven of Wands and the Queen of Rainbows, which is Earth or Pentacles. And that card is slowing down. So this is about moving at the right speed for you. It's about slowing down in some aspect of your life. It may be directly romantic relationships, and part of that, it might be sexually slowing down. It might be slowing down in general. It might be like slowing down on something though. It might be that you're bickering a lot, you're slowing down on that, or you've been really pushy for something. You want your partner to change some sorts of behaviors. Slowing down on that. But slowing down in some way in relation to your relationship. And it can also be, and I'm going to say that it probably is with this reading largely, about you personally slowing down, allowing those times of silence, connection with source, to hear your inner voice. And that's not your thoughts, it's completely different. It's intuitive, and it's just completely different. You can get there and know what I mean only through experience, I think. So meditation. I didn't say it, don't bother. But anyway, yeah, there's that energy of slowing down. So you're allowed to be allowing things. Seven of Wands is an intuition card. So again, it's about intuition, not mental body. And intuition can sometimes be confused with the emotional body. Meditation, I didn't say it, don't bother. Okay, a disagreement over the distribution. No, that's Pentacles. Sorry. It is difficult to hold out for what you believe in while the crowds of illusion attempt to devour those truths. Stand firm even while others desert you. They are weak, and you will be better off in the long run. Those who hold the wand of their self-respect high will triumph in the end. So I think it's about actually, never mind what you think you want, right? It's about actually coming to source, coming to a place where you have actually sat and just meditated. You've let it go. You've actually taken time to connect with nature, connect with source, be open-minded, have no thought time, no thought mind. Slow down appropriately enough to know in your heart, like, or to get this feeling in your heart, like, yeah, I gave it all the possible time in the world for, source, God, creator, whatever, to tell me something different, or to give me an answer, to give me a sign. I had a complete open mind. I was just curious, hey, what do you got to say, source, And after that, after, taking this time to do those things, to connect with my own power and source, and slow down enough for myself, for my health, to give my health a boost. This is what I feel, this is the right path for me. It can be that both of you in a partnership are needing to do that, and maybe some sort of joint decisions you need to make, and you need to give it that kind of proper time. It may be both of you need to do that. It might be one person, not the other, if you're in a relationship. But yeah, I'm doing what's right for you. Aphrodite suggests that there's apt to be, it doesn't mean that all marriages or all relationships are going to end at all, but it does, the Aphrodite card, Return of Aphrodite, does suggest something that's maybe a little more outside the box, or a little more less conventional. So it might be like dating rather than being in a one-on-one partnership. You might start dating other people. You may have an open relationship with somebody. These types of situations may occur, and for some of you it might be about becoming single, but let's say something. It might be about becoming single for some of you, but with this air card here, breathe deeply, entering into life, exchange of life, bringing energies. And that can be about being single and mingling and stuff, but I think it's for a number of people, it's just going to be doing something a little less conventional right now. So, by all means, just be safe. Don't catch any STDs out there. I wasn't recommending any promiscuous, irresponsible behavior. Just reading out of the booklet with that on Aphrodite card there. But that's a reading, and it's gone on long enough. I'm sorry. So if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want a personalized reading, you can go to my website, toadstooltarotmo.com, and book that with me. And next time, that's all I've got. So, my partner, me to come.